heart of Bulldog Country, this is Sports Central on Bulldog Sports TV, brought to you by Harrison County Community Hospital. We're your weekly home for in-depth coverage, highlights, and insider insight on everything South Harrison Bulldogs. Whether it's game-winning moments or what's coming up next, Sports Central is your front row seat to it all. It's time to break it down, fire it up, and celebrate Bulldog pride like never before. Let's join your host, CF Rainey and Andrew Sweat.
All right, so we are here for our initial Sports Central, and thankful for all you tuning in. And we are excited to get Bulldog Sports TV started. And again, I'm CF Rainey, joined by Andrew Sweat, and Andrew, a former Bulldog, and we are excited to get into the season starting up here in just a couple weeks. We know a lot of the athletes have already started practicing. High school started this week, and I've seen the teams out on the fields. And so we just want to give a little sneak peek tonight and to just kind of show you what Bulldog Sports TV has to offer. And so I'm in my home studio. Andrew is in his home studio. And so, Andrew, maybe just take a moment for those who aren't familiar with who you are, and give just a little information about your personal life.
Yeah, first of all, I want to correct you. You said former Bulldog. Once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog, obviously. So, the purple runs deep, bleed purple. So, I played high school football, basketball, baseball. Big sports guy. 2016, my freshman year to 2015 was my freshman year. I don't know. It's hard to remember my freshman year if you know my class, but 2019
it's interesting. I was talking to another former football player recently, and boy, he graduated early 2000s, and I told him I was just talking about a play. It's amazing the things you remember. I'll never forget your freshman year because one senior on the team your freshman year, and all you freshmen had to play, and it was brutal for you guys that first year. And so Andrew got thrown into the fire immediately, he and his class. And now you're married, right? Got married this summer to my niece, Gracie.
Sir.
And so they live here in the area, and so thankful to have Andrew joining me, and he'll be joining me for Friday Night Football. And then during these weekly studio times when he's available, he'll be joining us. And so I do want to let you know, if you're watching, you can comment and let us know that you're watching and where you're watching from maybe. But we're just excited to be able to show you all the things that we have. And number one, want to thank our Sports Central sponsor, Harrison County Community Hospital. And I know most of you know Harrison County Community Hospital, building their new hospital, and everyone in the area excited for that, and so thankful for their director, Tina Gillespie, was one of the first sponsors to jump on board, and we'll talk about sponsorship at some point as we go through tonight, just our little preview. But want to show you, so this is what it'll look like on a weekly basis when we come in. And so the ability, let me do that, is we've got a couple of comments coming in. And so we can throw comments up there. Andrew's wife is watching, and so she throws some purple hearts. My daughter is also watching, and so thankful for them tuning in, and just excited to be able to show everyone what is available. Also have my wife watching. And so we're thankful for all the eyes, and excited to show you what is available. And so when we get into, oh, look at this, all kinds of family popping up here.
Wow.
Andrew's sister, Morgan, and
All
the little one.
comments.
Yeah, so far no negatives, no one throwing shade at us or anything. But when we get into the weekly stuff and we get into games, we look forward to maybe people watching and asking questions, and we can maybe address those as we get into that. And so let's show a couple of other things. Again, this is just a sneak peek. So next week we will be talking about the seasons for all of the fall activities that'll be going on. And so let's get here. So this kind of shows you another different look here. And again, Sports Central sponsored by Harrison County Community Hospital, but it also allows us to show you some information if we wanted to talk about the football schedule. And so these are the first 6 games of the football schedule. First game August 29th, and we'll be streaming that here on Bulldog Sports TV versus Milan. This is the second half of that football schedule. We can also look at the softball schedule, and our plan is to stream all of the home softball games as well as every football game, both home and away. And then we're also volleyball. We've got 3 volleyball games that we'll be streaming, and the sport that's a little harder for us to stream, but we'll definitely talk about because South Harrison Girls Golf has had a couple of great years the last couple years, and they'll be coming back. And so that kind of just gives you all that information that you're able to see, and we can come back here and show those graphics. And then our hope is that we'll be able to bring a coach, maybe even some other former players, to have them come on with us, and we can do interviews and talk with them. And then finally, another exciting thing we'll be able to show will be here. We'll be able to show game highlights. And so we can show video, and this is a game versus Polo last year, a big play, big pass from Bryson Quinley down to Jet Cornett, which was a big play. And it gives us the opportunity is, as we show these plays, that we can come back, we can pause it, and Andrew and I can talk about what's going on. As Quinley got great protection here. Andrew and I were kind of looking at this before the game before we started the live stream, and we can kind of dissect it and watch as the safety deep gets caught watching Brendan Hoover there in the middle, and that allowed Jet Cornett to get by him and end up with a big play. So those are all kinds of things that we'll be able to show, and we can look at those weekly. We can do interviews. I do want to mention what it'll look like also during games. And so this is what a football game would look like as we would be showing a football game. So you'll notice there on the bottom a live scoreboard. And so with that live scoreboard, this is a scoreboard we put together for the first game. So if South Harrison were to score a touchdown, or when they score a touchdown, all of a sudden, look, we get an animation, shows touchdown, 6 points go up onto the screen. You're able to change the quarter. You're able to change the downs. Obviously, you're also able, if they're right with the yardage and everything, you can change those. If there is a flag on the play, we can throw up and let the viewers know that there is a flag on the play. And so that gives you an idea of what football would look like. And then here, just kind of an idea, again, of what softball would look like. And the first game there will be South Harrison versus Trenton. And again, so if South Harrison hits one over the fence, all of a sudden, sorry, I gave the home run to the wrong person. We'll reset that. Let me scroll down here. Home run, South Harrison. We're not going to celebrate a home run from anyone else, but it allows us to do that. Balls and strikes we can put up there. And then also, runners on base. You'll notice with the animation, we can show where runners are and with the score. So when you're watching from home, you'll be able to get all of that information as well as play-by-play and commentary on each of these games. And then finally, a little idea of what volleyball would look like. And again, real similar, we're able to show the different animations for scores, and it shows you the different games and within the set. And then depending on who is serving, we're able to switch the ball there and show who is serving each of those games. And so those things are exciting. I'll kind of come back to this screen a little bit. I mentioned, so we'll be live on Facebook and YouTube. There may be some times, depending on bandwidth, if we're somewhere where we don't have great internet, we may only be able to stream to one site. And if we do that, it'll probably be our Facebook page. So we'll always announce that in advance, but we're limited by our streams on where we go as far as what that bandwidth looks like. But the reason we're able to do this, and people have asked me, so you're able to stream, we can just watch it for free, there's no subscription, and that's true. And the reason we're able to do that is because local businesses are sponsoring. And so for that, these are the businesses so far that we have had go ahead and sign the paperwork and get everything in. And we have a number of other businesses that I've spoken to in person that are excited, that want to sponsor. And so these businesses, we mentioned Harrison County Community Hospital. They are the sponsor of our weekly show here. But we also have O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings, Petty John Auto Center, the Bethany Fuel Depot, Green Hills Insurance, El Nepal Authentic Mexican Food, Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, Hidden Acres Cabins, Little Clara's Garden, the Bethany Building Center, and United Country Real Estate, Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company. And so all of those businesses have already got everything in to sponsor. And so how this works is during each game when we have breaks, each business that buys a sponsorship for the fall seasons, and that includes all of the games we'll be putting on with football, softball, as well as volleyball, you'll have an ad played, and that ad will be not only a 30-second audio ad, but we'll also have a visual on the screen, much like you're seeing here, but it'll take up the whole screen, and it will be an advertisement for your business with all that information. And so let me look down here. If you want more information, there we are. You can send me an email at cf.rainey@bulldogsportstv.com. You can send me a direct message here on Facebook as well if you're watching. And then I also want to let you know there have been some people that have mentioned they don't own a business. They're like, hey, we'd like to help you. We know you have to buy equipment. You're going to be traveling. You're going to have internet that you're going to have, mobile internet you're going to have to get, and everything like that. And just some families said, boy, we'd love to help. And so we do offer a family sponsorship. And so if you just say, hey, I would love to just help you be able to put games on. Again, there's that information. It's $20 for the entire school year. And then at the end of each game, we'd have a scrolling thing with all the names of the families that helped sponsor and support it. And if you have any questions on that, send me an email, send me a direct message on here. Either way, there is Venmo available, and we'll put that up on our Facebook page just in case anyone is interested. Let me come back here to this scene, and we talked about some people that were watching. We also have, look at that, Mom is watching there, Andrew, and my neighbor is watching. Mary is watching, and thankful for the sponsors and for us being able to do this. And these are the things I'm excited about, not only the fact that we can show all of these events and do these things and help build community, but also give exposure to all of the sponsors and those that are wanting to promote their business. I was talking to one of the businesses recently, and I said the big thing with our sponsorship, obviously it's a big help to us, but my goal is to help local businesses. Andrew, growing up in a small town, for the most part, you've been around. You were away from for college. But if we go back to, let me real quickly go back to this screen, and let me remove this and put this back on. And so I want to talk just a moment about the sponsors. And I've had awesome conversations, Andrew, with these businesses. And my goal is, I look at this, and some of these businesses have been around for decades, right? The hospital's been here a long time, and Petty John has been here a long time. But some of these businesses are newer. And some of them, since Nicole and I have moved here, I'm sure you can think of some of these businesses that maybe weren't there when you were a little kid that are around now. We want to see growth in our community. And if we can help not only show people all of these activities, celebrate our young athletes and coaches and the school district, but if we can also help promote all of these local businesses and just get more people into town, because a rising tide, right, raises all ships. And it is our goal to promote South Harrison, promote our athletes, but also be able to show those things where we have people are going to these businesses, buying their products, using their services, and doing all those things. And so that is kind of our little preview, and thankful for all the people that have tuned in. Make sure to share this. And if you're someone that's watching, if you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you get updates whenever we are getting ready to go live. Follow us on Facebook, share that. And the more people we can get watching and promote everything, the better. We so appreciate everyone tuning in today. Andrew, I really appreciate you. I told you, he's like, what am I going to have to say today? I said, really, we're just going to kind of talk about what we've got. But next Wednesday, we'll be giving kind of an overview, season preview for our fall sports. Then the following Wednesday will be right before the first football game, and then softball. We'll get into a little more game-specific stuff on a weekly basis as we do that. But next week, we'll be with you just a little bit longer, and we'll really start to hammer down on what South Harrison is returning in each of our fall sports, what some of the other teams that we're looking at in conference especially look like, and that way we can really get to those things and talk about it. And so make sure to watch and be with us, and we will see you again next week. And if you want more information on anything, again, you can send me an email, cf.rainey@BulldogSportsTV. Send me a message here on Facebook. We look forward to being with you every single week and during all the events throughout the fall. Thank you, a big thank you again to all of our sponsors, especially Harrison County Community Hospital, who is sponsoring our weekly show here on Sports Central. And for Andrew Sweat and CF Rainey, I'll get our names right. We'll see you again next week. Thanks, everyone.